Salut chers téléspectateurs.
Hello viewers, happy to meet you again for another edition of Football Planet, your football show on Africanews. Coming up,
Lueur d'espoir.
a glimmer of hope for CAF interclub competitions. The Champions League and the CAF Confederations could resume in September, but CAF has yet to fix the exact date for the resumption of the two club competitions.
Émission.
The coronavirus and its consequences on private initiatives. How do training centers experience the crisis? What are the expectations? We speak with the former Nigerian international Stephen Abarowei, manager and owner of a football academy in Lagos, about this.
Il est notre invité. Et puis un petit tour.
And then a short tour of Europe with the return of the English Premier League and the Italian Serie A. Sadio Mane was in action for his club Liverpool in their Merseyside derby drawn game with Everton. Egypt's Mohamed Salah was an unused substitute.
Bienvenue dans cette émission.
Welcome to the show. Finally, something is happening at CAF regarding interclub competitions. After more than 3 months of suspension, clubs who've qualified for the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League and the Confederations Cup can get an idea about the resumption. No precise date, but a projection. CAF is looking at September. This was made known by its director of competitions, Nigeria, Samson Adamu. The Confederation of African Football CAF will resume the 2019-2020 CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup in September. According to Samson Adamu, CAF's competitions director, the Champions League final will be played in Cameroon while the CAF final will be played in Morocco. But Adamu added the final dates have yet to be decided. Having reached the semi-final stages, the two tournaments were suspended in April due to restrictive measures imposed by governments to curb the coronavirus pandemic. The Champions League semi-final clash are between Morocco and Egyptian clubs. Raja Casablanca is expected to face Zamalek, while Wydad Casablanca will lock horns with 8-time winners Al Ahly. In the Confederation Cup, Pyramids FC of Egypt will meet Horoya of Guinea in one final game. The other game is an all-Moroccan match between Renaissance Bakane and Hassania Agadi. Meanwhile, the Continental Football Governing Body is still prioritizing a January start of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. This is in spite of ongoing uncertainty about the continent's football over the virus, the BBC reports. CAF is still planning to organize AFCON 2021 in January, as reiterated 10 days ago by its Secretary General, Abdelbar. But for the time being, no decision has been taken in this regard. Now everything will depend on the evolution of COVID-19, a pandemic with disastrous consequences for clubs and stakeholders. So today, let's talk about training centers, particularly private-owned ones. On the line is Stephen Abarowei, a former Nigerian international and football manager who launched an academy in Lagos. Welcome, Stephen. So first, tell us about your project. What is so special about it compared to the others?
Qu'a-t-il de particulier par rapport à ce qui se fait d'habitude?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon. So, in Nigeria, we have, or Africa, we have a lot of good players, young players who are coming up, Because, not every of the players who are good have the opportunity to come to the limelight, There are some players who are very good, but who are not given the opportunity, to come to the limelight. So what we do is we go to in search of those kind of players. We go off the street, look at them, those who are talented, we take them and, we bring them to the limelight. I have few in Europe, in Germany, in Denmark, and Malta, like this. And some other ones will be traveling to Europe after this COVID-19, So that's how it is. Not every of them who are good players that are being recognized. Some of them just waste their talent because they don't have the opportunity to do so, to be exposed or to be showcased for people to see them. That's why we are doing something different.
Precisely how are you doing to manage this health situation?
Comment gérez-vous cette situation sanitaire?
Yeah, the thing is, as you know, the whole world is being affected by COVID-19 because nobody expected that. So what we do, because there is a ban on social gatherings and football activities, So what we do, we just send them to train in the houses to keep them in tune with the game, and maybe watch some training materials and do few exercises as individuals till we regroup. So we don't bring them down until this COVID-19 or when the government says it is conducive for us to connect, then we start all over again. But meanwhile, as you are aware, the whole world is shut down for football activities. Some people are just beginning to play gradually, Even on the other hand, also, the players who I'm the manager of some few players in Europe and in Asia as well. Those players, as I'm talking to you, they have started in the countries they play, so they can't go back to their countries because of lockdown, no air travel and all that. So what we do, we just keep them busy in their houses and, get them to train online.
In terms of finances, how are you managing to keep up?
Yeah, we actually don't have sponsors. So we get our money from the players we sell, Like I have a player now, his name is Bixen Abiyama. He's going to a club in Bundesliga 2, Greater Field of Germany, So in that situation, they're going to pay us some money, maybe some thousands of euros. And some other players we sell. That's how we have money to sustain the academy. Normally, we don't have a sponsor, so we generate our own sponsors. We generate our own funds, our own finance from the players we sell, Sell them and we get money from the sales we make.
Have you received or are you expecting financial assistance from your government or the federation?
No, the federation doesn't give us nothing, What we do is we derive our own funds from the sale of our own players. On the academy, you understand me? For example, I sell a player to Barcelona or FC Cape Town or Bayern Munich or whatever. They'll pay us. They pay us, okay, this player is going for $150,000. This was going for 200,000 euros, like this, like that. So that's how we get our money to sustain the academy. But we don't get anything from the government, no. Because it's not a government-owned academy. It's a privately owned academy, So I don't really expect anything from them. But if an individual comes to us, okay, let me support, we wouldn't mind, okay, we want to support you, but normally nothing comes from the government.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you from Point Noir. I'm very grateful. God bless you. Stay safe. Keep safe.
Merci beaucoup. C'était donc
Stephen Abarowei is a former Nigerian international. He played in Belgium, Malaysia and India in the 1990s. He was speaking from Lagos, the economic capital of Nigeria. We now head to Europe. As I said earlier, Africans are going strong again, but Sadio Mane and Liverpool's wait to lift the title continues. The Senegalese international was unable to make a difference in Everton Sunday. Deprived of Mohamed Salah, who remained on the bench for the entire match, the Reds could not beat their rivals, but had to settle for 0-0 draw in the game in the Merseyside derby. A single point, however, brings them one step closer to the title. Just 5 points is enough to make this happen. Coach Jurgen Klopp was not alarmed and was particularly pleased with the performance of Naby Keita, who started alongside Cameroon's Joe Matip and Senegalese Sadio Mane.
You cannot underestimate that after 4 weeks of pre-season and 9 weeks break before, we played 2 games in 3 days. So that's why we have to think a little bit before we have problems. We tried that. In the end, you never will be perfect. That's how it is. But the performance of Naby was really good.
Still in England, things are not going well for Arsenal. The Gunners were beaten 3-0 by Manchester City last Wednesday and fell 2-1 against Saturday at Brighton. But the superb goal of Ivorian striker Nicolas Pepe, a curler from the winger, could not prevent his side from losing, which pushed Arsenal further away from the European places. It is now or never for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's teammates, who've been winless since the league resumed. In Italy, the man of the weekend was Nicolas Nkulu. The Cameroon and Torino defender scored the first post-COVID-19 goal in Serie A. It was in the 1-1 draw with Parma, who had Ivorian Gavinho, who set up the Parma equaliser. After Nkulu scored the goal, he took a knee as a strong tribute to George Floyd and against racism. But earlier in the week, Italian club Napoli managed to win the domestic cup competition, which featured Kalidou Koulibaly and Fawzi Galam. The Senegalese and the Algerian, who did not play in the final, won the Italian Cup victory on penalties, 4-2 over Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus. In Spain, Real Madrid have taken over La Liga thanks to a better head-to-head record. Zidane's men defeated Real Sociedad 2-1 with Barcelona managing to a goalless drawn game with FC Sevilla on Saturday.
0-0 la veille sur la pelouse du FC Séville.
And then some powerful images from Denmark. A football match with spectators. It took place in the suburbs of Copenhagen. 3,000 fans allowed to watch the derby between Brøndby and FC Copenhagen. This has not been possible for 3 months.
Depuis 3 mois, on peut donc imaginer la joie des supporters.
After 3 months out, it was the best experience of my life, except when my daughter was born.
It is amazing to be back. I have missed the stadium so much, and every people here, and just everything. So it's really great to be back.
It was nice to see again all the great people back at stadium, but it was a different feeling. Me and the guys used to stand back at the south side, and it's another different compared to everything else, because back there we are always cheering and always just very loud in the voice. It was a new thing standing at the long side and just we had to sit down.
And this ends another exciting edition of Football Planet, which you can find on our website at africanews.com. Stick with Africa News. The news continues on your Pan-African channel. Goodbye.
Ciao.